Good morning from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello. My name is Carter, and this is your Southeast Idaho Weather Hazard Briefing for Friday, December 2nd. We're seeing continued winter weather impacts further east today with some breezy winds and lingering snow showers, with our next storm on tap to arrive Sunday into Monday. I'll be breaking that down for you this morning. Key points we're going to focus on today. Our first storm will move out of the area today, so we're going to see winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories come to a close at about 11 a.m. today. Should see that snow activity and winds begin to dissipate throughout the remainder of the morning hours as activity shifts further east. But you can expect widespread winter travel conditions this morning, especially as you get further east out into the highlands and upper Snake Plain and out towards Bear Lake as well. There are some ITD road closures in effect across portions of northeast Idaho that we break down later in the briefing. But outside of that, we're going to be seeing colder and mostly dry conditions return later today, outside of some lingering snow showers up in the mountains. Our second storm will arrive late Saturday through all day Sunday. We're going to see widespread light to moderate snowfall with a slight uptick in winds. Take a look at satellite this morning. You can see that cold front there passing through and lots of clear skies filling in behind. We are seeing double digits below zero for some of those wind chill values this morning across portions of the central mountains. So certainly a cold morning if you're headed out skiing today at Sun Valley. But other than that, temperatures should warm back up as we get plenty of sunshine, and these clouds will eventually be shifting further east, taking the snow showers with them. Bigger picture, we got our next system here, low pressure system working down the Pacific coast. You can see this one's going to be a little bit further west than our previous one that was more headed for Washington. So this will actually kind of graze the coast and work further down into Northern California before eventually moving onshore. So what that means is we'll at least have a little bit of a break in between these periods. Looking like a great day to get outside for your Saturday. And as we see that system arrive through Sunday into Monday, looking at some more widespread light to moderate snowfall. Not as much as we've seen at all with this previous system, just some light mountain snow. Light to moderate mountain snow and light accumulations as you get into the valleys. Weather risk outlook for the next 5 days. Main concerns this morning are just going to be centered around some morning snow, especially across our eastern and southern highlands, with breezy winds across the forecast area. For Saturday, we just see some morning breezy winds up in the eastern highlands and breezy winds returning across the Magic Valley and South Hills if they ever left. But as we get to Sunday into Monday, looking at some minor impacts for some snow, winter travel conditions are expected, and some breezy winds across some of our lower elevation zones. For Tuesday, we're looking at as far as, continued bouts of snow as that system moves onshore. So at least the Sunday-Monday time frame will be that most impactful period with some lingering snow showers as we get into Tuesday. Watches, warnings, and advisories currently in effect. So these are going to be shown here in the purple and pink. And we're going to have light additional snow accumulations. And we're seeing some mountain snow showers this afternoon. But outside of that, biggest concern will be this morning. This product will run through 11 a.m. today. And our main concern, again, will be gusts up to about 40 miles an hour. And that will be decreasing throughout the day. So we're going to see, widespread improvements to winter travel conditions, getting ITD out there, and, his ability to be able to get out there and take care of the roads. Well, that will increase throughout the day. But as far as impacts-wise goes, main concern for this, not looking at a whole lot of additional snow. Main concerns are going to be further east for snow accumulations along the Wyoming border region. But biggest concern, at least for driving this morning, will be the areas of blowing and drifting snow where temperatures are widespread below freezing. And we are seeing that lighter snow that accumulated yesterday, and those will be blowing and drifting on some of the roadways this morning. Take a look at our road conditions update this morning. So shown here in the blue and purple is where you can expect winter travel conditions. It's going to be a large portions of the forecast area. So even where it hasn't been snowing for a while, still some slippery road conditions as you get out towards the central mountains and especially up in the eastern highlands. All these highways here are going to be closed this morning, all listed here. Idaho 21 and 22 or Wyoming 22 will be closed for some avalanche mitigation efforts in that area. But we will see, as far as ITD 501.idaho.gov for the latest, but are expecting these to open up later today as some winds are going to be trending down throughout the day, and snow will shift further east into Wyoming. But for the latest, as of the 5 a.m., these are the latest. But head to 511.idaho.gov for the latest road conditions. As far as avalanche conditions, we do have considerable to high avalanche danger across portions of eastern Idaho. We are able to accumulate several feet up in many of our mountain ranges, especially further east and west, and that will increase the avalanche danger. So for any additional information, you can head to avalanche.org or any of our regional partners. Let's break down that timing for precip today. So 4 a.m. this morning, still seeing that snow activity up towards Rexburg, north and east into the southeast highlands. And that will shift out of the area by later part of today. And by 7 a.m., not looking at a whole lot of snow. Some lingering mountain snow showers is going to be the main trend later part of today. And maybe just a little bit working through the Jackson area around midday today. But as we get towards this afternoon, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, outside of some light activity in the Bear River Range and up towards the Island Park area, should be a fairly quiet afternoon as winds do subside, but certainly could still see some blowing and drifting snow at some of our northern mountain passes. Taking a look at the snow, this is looking at 11 p.m. yesterday through today, so we're seeing a fairly impactful period as you get further east. Nothing too anomalous for some of those snowfall amounts in addition, but we are seeing at least several inches accumulating upwards of 6 to 8 in some of our eastern valleys. And as far as the mountains, at least through 11 o'clock through this morning, we'll be seeing the best chance in the Bear River Range for significant accumulations through the Tetons as well. Wind gusts this morning, starting off on the breezy side of things with wind gusts up to about 40 miles an hour. Wind gusts were observed up to 50 miles an hour earlier today, but those have since been trending back down, so we'll be seeing those winds at least begin to decrease throughout the day. And this is a look at this morning's wind gusts, peak wind gusts through 11 a.m. Wind gusts this afternoon, so we are going to see a dramatic drop as far as, not seeing those gusts in the 40s anymore, but more gusts up to about 30 miles an hour, so a little bit more manageable out there for the blowing and drifting snow concerns. And by this evening, we're looking at light winds. Again, mainly concerned up here in the Island Park up to Monida Pass. May see some continued blowing and drifting snow, as well as down here in the South Hills, Albion Mountains areas throughout the day today. But other than that, we're going to see as far as, winds drop back pretty significantly as we get to this evening. Take a look at temperatures this morning. Starting off on the cool side of things, single digits below and above zero further north, but those cloud cover further south and east has helped temperatures as far as moderate out, but we will see temperatures by this afternoon warm back up fairly decently back into the upper 20s to even low 30s in some places, with coolest spots again up in the eastern highlands in the teens and 20s. Wind chills, so this is let's look at this morning as far as wind chills go. We are seeing some double digits below zero in some of the mountains. So the top of Baldy this morning at Sun Valley was as cold as negative 25-degree wind chills this morning. So a little bit breezy there this morning, but as far as those winds will be trending back down, but certainly something to keep in mind if you're headed out into the high country, as just a slight breeze with these colder temperatures this morning will lead to some dangerous wind chills. Here's a look at your weekend high temperatures. So overall, we're going to see a warming trend through Saturday into Sunday. Moisture will be lifting from the south up to the north. So with that, we're going to see a little bit of a warming trend as we advance some southerly air up into Idaho. But for Saturday, afternoon highs will be in the 20s and 30s. And by Sunday, we're back into the 30s and 40s for just about everybody. And those weekend wind chills, so by Saturday morning, mostly clear skies and just a little bit of wind out there will promote some wind chills down to about negative 20 below zero in some places. But for our population centers, Pocatello South, not looking as huge of an impact, but certainly as you get up towards INL, Upper Snake Plain, and our highlands areas, certainly a little bit of a wind chill for tomorrow. But as you can see on Sunday, that will abate as we get those warmer temperatures filling in and some increased cloud cover for your Sunday. Take a look at the snowfall amounts. This is a preliminary look at what you can expect on Sunday. So this is 11 o'clock Saturday through 11 o'clock on Sunday. And you can see here as far as, minor snow accumulation as possible, with heaviest totals as you get into the high country of the central mountains and down towards the Wyoming and Utah borders. High temperatures for your Monday. So with the temperatures, as far as coming down just a little bit with that cloud cover, we will be seeing afternoon highs fall by about maybe 5 degrees or so in places, and back into the mid-20s to mid-30s. And snowfall amounts on Monday are expecting those to shift further east with lingering impacts across the eastern and southern highlands, mainly east of I-15. But again, that light threat for snow will continue for just about everybody. And here's a look at those totals. So we're generally looking at about 1 to 4 inches across the Snake Plain and through much of our valleys. But as you get into the mountains, that potential for about 6 to 12 inches will exist with some locally higher amounts. High temperatures on Tuesday, so we're staying fairly moderate as we get to next week. So as far as Tuesday goes, afternoon highs in the upper teens and 20s further northeast, and 20s and 30s for everyone else. In summer this morning, our first storm will be moving out of the area today, so that impactful storm that worked through Wednesday, Thursday, and finally getting out of here for Friday. And that will be continuing with some winter storm warnings and advisories in effect through 11 a.m. to capture some lingering snow activity and breezy winds, which has prompted some road closures. And again, for the latest information on those road closures, if you're headed out today, 511.idaho.gov will be your friend. Colder and mostly dry conditions return later today outside of some lingering mountain snow showers, and our second storm will arrive late Saturday through all day Sunday with some widespread light to moderate snowfall and a slight uptick in winds. But that wraps up your weather briefing for today, Friday, December 2nd. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, or check out some information on our website. Have a great weekend.